Oh, hello everyone. I'm Mitch,
I'm Brandon.
and we're gonna play Fallout New Vegas.
Woo!
Hey.
Are we doing all the doing all the DLC too, right?
Yeah, we're doing everything that we possibly can.
It's gonna be a while.
Yeah, this take a while, people. So
This is gonna be our claim to fame. This is gonna be our
we did 30
year-long.
hours of Fallout.
Sir YOLO of Swagathon.
Yeah, that's Johnny. Oh, wait, we're still playing. We're still talking over a cutscene, so I'll probably make it again. Oh, headshot. I'll probably make it again so where it's quiet for the cutscenes and not.
Well, there's no talking now, at least.
No, but people like to watch cutscenes, but we'll also leave this commentary as well.
Okay. I was about to say we can just be quiet when they start talking.
So yeah, we're the man you can't see.
War never
Oh,
changes.
Von Perlman.
When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in
So,
great underground
backstory.
vaults.
Woo!
Not very
When
hard.
they opened, their inhabitants set
Vault
out
made,
across the ruins of the
Big
old
Boom
world
Go,
to build
tribes
new
made.
societies,
Yep.
establishing villages, forming
It's not a very
That's-
complicated story.
Fallout in a nutshell.
As decades
Or New
passed,
Vegas.
what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic,
It's like the California
dedicated
Republic
to old
with
world
another head.
values of democracy
Woo!
and the rule of law.
Fallout 3 wasn't really
As the Republic grew,
gangy.
so did its
like,
needs.
This one kind of
Scouts,
feels right. I
spreads,
forgot.
There were no
seeking
factions or
territory and
anything.
wealth in
Yeah.
the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Spoilers if you haven't played them, but it
They
was about you
returned
trying to
with
find
tales
your
of the
dad, and then your
city
dad dies,
untouched
and then you
by the
have to
warheads that had scorched the rest of the world,
stop
and a great wall spanning the Colorado River.
bad guys. I forget their name right
The
now,
NCR mobilized its army
but the
and
bad
sent
men,
peacekeepers to occupy
Was it
Hoover
President
Dam
Enclave?
and
Yeah,
restore
President
it
is
to working condition.
the Enclave. Yeah,
I was right.
But
you
across
just
the
stop
Colorado,
them from like
another society
purifying
had
the
arisen
water that'll
under
kill
a different flag.
like all
A
of
vast
all of the
army of
ghouls and the
slaves
infected
forged from
people
the
and stuff,
conquest
and
of
only
86 tribes. Caesar's
like-
Legion.
Yeah.
4 years have
Where the
passed
people
since
live.
the Republic held the dam.
So in the
just
end, you have the
barely
option of
against the Legion's
doing that
onslaught.
or not doing that, and then
Legion
you
did
die
not
unless you
retreat.
have the
Across the
what
river,
is it, the
gathers strength.
broken steel add-on, I think.
Campfires burn. Training
I don't know.
grounds
I never had add-ons for that one.
Oh. It lets you
Through
continue
it all,
past
the
your
New
you
Vegas
magically
Strip has stayed
live,
open
and
for
then you get
business,
to play more.
under the control of its mysterious overseer,
'Cause that's always fun.
Mr. House, and his army
Well,
of
made
rehabilitated
the game
tribes
better.
and
I was about to say, not
robbers.
even sarcasm. Like literally, it's fun.
You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip.
It was way better than like just
What
oh
seemed
now
like
you're
a
dead now you have to
simple
just
delivery
like
job
save
has
like
taken a turn.
Yeah, before you do
make
it.
sure
for
you
the
have
worse.
to. I mean, I believe it lets you know, but
I don't
Got
know if
what
it
you were
does.
So pay
Because
up.
I do remember the
Crime
first time I
in the
played
rain,
the game,
Pally.
I was so enthralled by the main story
Guess who's
that I
waking
beat
up
the
over
main
here?
story in like 3 hours. And it's like, oh, game over. I was like,
Time
oh.
to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
oh,
Maybe cons kill people.
That's not
without
how you
looking them
play
in the
Fallout.
face. But I ain't a fink.
no, this is it's Steam notifications. Gotta make sure to turn those off for one.
You've made your
This is
last
the-
delivery, kid.
The guy from Friends.
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene.
Forgot his name, but
From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck.
I didn't know that.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
But yeah, Bethesda has a history of like getting like really well-known actors and just kind of using them for bit parts.
Huh.
Like your dad in Fallout 3 was oh god,
What?
Liam Neeson.
Oh.
And he's just kind of there for a little bit. The king in Oblivion was played by Patrick Stewart.
That's pretty snazzy. I never knew all this.
Ron Perlman does the voiceovers, I think, for both games.
Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold.
And
a
that
couple of days
Benny
now.
is one of the guys from Friends. 'Cause I never really watched Friends, so I don't really.
Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
We're all learning
So
a little
we're-
something here.
We're playing Fallout in Vegas, and we're Hank.
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 I sell propane and propane accessories.
Well, he sells death and death accessories.
I can't say.
And every single, or the new ones at least, they always oh, that's your name? That sounds good.
Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin
Dick.
to pull all the bits of lead out.
Like, what the
I
fuck's
took
wrong with
pride in my
Hank?
Needlework, but you'd better tell
Hank
me
is just
if
a
I
weird-
left
is just a-
anything out of place.
Hank.
It's
Hank
just-
is just Hank.
That's a bland but
How'd I do?
generic name.
Only white people have the name Hank. And we are Caucasian because we are both Caucasian.
I might be black on the heart. Like, never mind.
Black on the inside.
Black on the inside, thank you.
I kind
That's
of
what I-
regret going through every single hairstyle, but you gotta see him, don't you? I don't know who to actually go with, balding, but I guess it's
I
an
don't know.
option.
I usually went with, oh god, I think I already forgot what it is.
I usually did Harriser Warhawk. 'Cause
I don't know what it is. Waster, that's what it is. I go with Waster.
Oh. I'm Hank. I was considering giving him a comb over just because
Yeah.
his name was Hank, but I usually just go with the Terracer anyway.
Big difference there.
Yeah, yeah, this shit's all the way through. At least, the facial hair options usually do have a wide variety.
Yeah.
You're yeah, I kind of like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame that you can't stack them though.
That would be cool. But I know what you mean. At least it's not like, I can't think of a game right now, but at least it's not just varying types of incredibly similar mustaches, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This one's a little thinner. I don't know, something like Tony Hawk. I think, Underground probably had
Probably, but I haven't played that game since I was
So
13
long.
or 12 or something like that.
so long.
I kind of like Doom Rider, but I didn't never really use it. Well, the Hombre and the El Carcassonero, I guess. Excuse me, because I'm not Spanish.
El Carcinero.
Fuck if I know. They're pretty much the same except for the wispiness of the beard.
Mm. I usually don't use anything except Survivalist with the Waster hair. Just make them all sorts of scruffy.
Yeah, I use the Survivalist because this is when I decided that we're gonna let's see through. But the character we're gonna play as, since we're trading off saves.
Let's see if we can get
Oh yeah, we should have mentioned that earlier.
So yeah, if you see any discrepancies from video quality or screen resolution, it's because
We're switching off
Yeah.
each episode. So he's gonna play the first one, and then I'll be taking over.
in a race.
So he'll get the odds, I'll get the.
so you'll notice that
So far.
oh, did you look?
Go ahead and give the
Leave?
reader tester a try.
What?
Okay, you just kind of cut out and then it's quiet, but
Oh, sorry.
so you
But
notice
yeah.
my screen. I usually play at 1920 by 1080.
I
or
don't
if
even
not
have that
that,
option.
It's 1680 by 1050. So I'm just going through these to show you the different what would you call them? Like
Descriptions.
Descriptions, the different ones you can get, but I don't like you doing this one by one, just because you don't know how you're balancing it. So you just go all the way to the end and
Yeah, I know what you mean.
just do it all. That's always how I've always done it.
Same Z's.
Even though some of these descriptions of the different levels are humorous.
I really.
You really what?
Oh, I never really know what I like playing with as far as my stats. I'm not very good at this game.
See, what I usually play is an intelligent person with gun skills.
Mm-hmm.
And I usually leave it more intelligence or try to get it even. But this round I'm trying to play the character we're playing is pretty much a psychopath who goes from just batshit insanity to Dahmer psychopath where you're cold and calculating kind of thing. But this ended up being more
That's a pretty standard score there, but after what
to test the numbers you ended up being more even than anything.
Well, I know you're
Mhm.
I usually try to avoid, but
Bullet didn't leave you another
it's just I guess it's a force of habit.
What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions?
Little bit of
Dogs are still barking.
little bit of everything.
Well-rounded character.
All right. I'm gonna say a word.
Attack
I want
Mitchell
you to
is
say the first thing
stupid
that comes to
mustache.
mind. Dog.
This one was probably the most time-consuming beginning to
Oh yeah, 'cause he's
any game I've played. It does this part
Mouse.
really affect all that much? Because at the end you just get to choose anything anyways, right?
no, it's just
Right.
for funsies, I guess.
Yeah.
This was even in Fallout 3, where it's just
Bandit.
Yeah, it was the little goat test or something like that, right?
yeah, it was the goat.
Light.
And then your teachers, you can be oh, can I just see the results? And he's okay, yeah, you can just do this, and you can just change what you wanted.
Human shield. Yes.
It was either regret or human shield,
Mm.
so I chose human shield.
Sometimes when you get tests like this, you learn more than you was hoping for, and I reckon that ain't always the best thing. But I guess maybe it explains the thing.
How? How's that for anything? But, okay.
Okay.
What?
Now I got
How
some
does it
statements.
explain
I
that?
want you to tell me how much of
Clearly,
this
a
is
psychopath
say.
who would use a mom as a human shield.
Contact
How does that
in
give me
my
the predicament of me being a courier and getting shot in the face for a platinum
I ain't
chip?
given to relying on others for support. I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
Well, of course.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Strongly disagree. I was gonna be agree or no opinion or agree, then I go disagree because I'm always open to the new ideas of how to kill people in the face.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here.
Because that's
What do you
how we
say you
play.
have a look at this. Tell me what you see.
What do you see, Mitch? What do you see there?
Okay.
And this one looks like a ray gun to me, but
It does. I mean, it's even got the little kind of electricity kind of retro-y looking.
yeah,
to
it looks like the gun, the ray gun in the game.
Well, that's all
Yeah.
she wrote.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing
It
to
does.
compare it to, so maybe you'd better just...
We don't have nothing to compare it to, so why'd you give me
See
the
if it all
test?
seems right.
I never use explosives because they're the most
Never.
impractical one in the game.
I hate them so much. It's like, let me just throw this dynamite, and then oh, they ran away, and it just blew up without even hitting them. I've never got. I just don't use it. The only way I usually play this game is max lockpick, max speech, and what's the other one? I don't know. I think guns, because I just go straight for the anti-material rifle.
The only time you'd ever getting too easy, Pete.
Before I turn you loose, I
In the
need one
alternative,
more
or
thing from you.
we'll talk about that later, I
I've got a
guess.
form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your
I'll
mental
explain
history.
later. Just
Just a
don't.
formality.
Unless you really like
Yeah,
throwing grenades and dynamite all the time, really don't pick explosives. Because there's never really a time that you need them.
Yeah.
So I always choose Wild Wasteland. Always.
Of course.
So I'm just trying to figure out what would like be the best fit for a psychopath character. And it's definitely got not good natured.
By the way, I probably picked a not too good perk.
What'd you pick?
I picked I think it was Swift Learner.
Oh, I probably would have chosen that as well, just because
It's the 10% quicker
Yeah.
XP gaining. Okay, cool. Because
Yeah.
that's like the first thing I do. Because it's like I'm just gonna fucking level up quicker.
yeah, that's what you always do.
Okay, no, cool. Because like when you like it was a heavy debate between Lady Killer and that because I'm like, well, if we're playing a psycho, but then okay, just making sure.
That's because it gets you XP faster.
Yeah.
So I gotta go through the house and see all those guys' shit.
I'm so glad you did that. Also, I usually when I did this like on my own, I'd just max out those the fuck's it called? The 3 for the optional for the shootout, like when I do a good playthrough.
Yeah.
And then once I leave the town when you get the last choice, then I just change all my shit back to how I like it.
I think you could do that, because usually I'd never get Easy Pete, but fuck Easy Pete anyway. Never get to use dynamite, unless you're like, pick explosives.
Yeah.
Fucking beans. I've never really had to use food.
Yeah, just stim packs.
Unless you like, used all of your stim packs, but... There's been points in the game where, you always take, like, cartons of cigarettes, because they're worth a shitload of caps.
Shitload.
But what I was, like, saying that, there was at one point in one of my last playthroughs where I had, like, 300 stim packs, and it was just like, I can... Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, once you get to a point when you're, like, strong enough to, like, just survive, fucking shootouts, then you don't really even use your stim packs anymore, and you just kind of collect them, Just gets to that point.
Well, it's usually using stim packs is either you're facing, like, a shitload of super mutants, or like a death claw, or you've just walked into, like, a shitload of traps.
I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty.
I think the death claws in this game are a bit easier than the death claws in Fallout 3.
I'd agree with that.
But
I would.
But, I mean, either way, the death claws are really hard up into a point where you get, like, good weapons.
For yourself in the desert.
They'll fuck up your day.
Yeah, like, you just avoid them completely. And there's, like, a side quest that you need to do for
Anyway, you ever get hurt?
I think it's,
the cons.
Cons, yeah.
Where you need to go into, like, the quarry.
Mm-hmm. There's just death claws everywhere.
Because you gotta overrun, and then you need to...
Yeah.
And then for Sloan, like, one of the lady at Sloan's like, I need a death claw egg for my wasteland omelet. So you need to go in and kill every single death claw, and then kill the mother and the father, and then get an egg. Good luck with that shit.
That bitch is living the life. Fucking death claw omelets.
Well, yeah, you can just be like, hey, wasteland man, who I don't care about, go get me some death claw eggs from the most dangerous fucking thing in the wasteland. Oh boy. All these, like, little markers that pop up. So fun.
I shit you not, when I loaded my save, it was like 5 minutes of it.
So yeah, I could let you read all this, but it's weapons. They shoot things, damage and DPS. Damage is the base damage, and DPS is damage per second. I usually go for damage rather than damage per second. condition is both for clothing and guns. Your guns deteriorate, so you need to fix them with either you can go to merchants and other guns, or you can go to like a merchant and they pay them to fix it for you, which is sometimes the only way to fix things.
Yeah.
Clothing is also has condition.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some weapons don't. Some weapons can be like I think the unique weapons and shit can be repaired by like their normal variants, but then there are just, like you said, some that are just required to have someone fix it for you.
Yeah. So now you're gonna hear Gunner's Arsenal is they just let you buy more guns. They're actually quite good guns as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, now you're gonna hear my custom radio because, as we discovered yesterday, there's only like 21 songs in the game, and you get tired of those real quick. I'm not sure if Fallout 3 had more or not, but it feels like they had better songs.
Yeah. These ones just kind of blend together when you're just kind of walking around. And...
Well, there are songs that I do like. I like Johnny Guitar.
Yeah, that one. Oh, fuck, what's that other one? I really like that one. I like that other one where it's like...
Okay. Yeah, but my radio stations are a lot of like rockabilly and stuff like that.
Easy.
This is Wiggle. Like right now, I know this is Wiggle Stick by Reverend Horton Heat.
Way I see it, salvage means it's broken, near worthless.
Because I just like Reverend Horton Heat. But yeah, we're going through. I stupidly decided because complete playthrough that we're going to have to go through all of the dialogue options, but even I think people will not be like, yeah, I don't want this because it takes for fucking ever. Especially because I'm letting all the conversations run through, so I'm just reading them and clicking. Because I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I read really quickly. So I can, yeah, I mean, I read these and I'm just like, oh, what do I do for the next, like, 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Which I think is also the trouble with, like, captions. Is that you read and you're like, oh, when is this gonna fucking... You know what's gonna happen before it happens.
Yep.
Not sure how you're supposed to say it. A couple of
But
years ago,
kind of need them.
Yeah, it's easier just for people that aren't us. To people watching to know what's going on.
Legion's got its strength back and is getting ready for another round.
Yeah, this is Easy AS Pete. Fuck Easy Pete.
Fuck him in his fucking beard.
We've been hearing stories about legionaries on the Nevada side of the
He's so wrinkly.
So keep it down. You don't want to get caught by them.
So, I guess I can talk about Easy Pete now.
Do it.
Or should we talk about it when the time comes for that, or just right now?
I mean, I have absolutely no idea what you're even referring to.
Well,
So
when you for
You just lay down until you take
Make
Joe
executive
Cobb and
decision.
stuff.
find a bunch of
Oh, I mean, you might. I mean, it's totally up to you. Make executive decision.
I'll do it later.
Okay.
People are going to know what's going on and be like, what is this? I assume a lot of people have played this game.
She thinks it's hiding
It's-
something, but I
If
think
not,
it's
go
just
get it
broken down
and
relic
play it.
with
It's a
no
pretty good
place to
game.
be.
Well, some people don't like that it's just
Keep your gun handy if
it's
you're
kind of
poking
like
around some of the abandoned places around
Oblivion,
here.
but with guns.
Schoolhouse.
Which I disagree.
Just move in there sometime.
I mean, I like Skyrim. I haven't really played much of Oblivion, but I enjoy it now way more than I used to. But I like, and people are gonna give me shit for this, but I like Fallout more than
Don't worry.
Like-
She won't bite unless I tell her to.
Oblivion or Skyrim or the Elder Scrolls in general.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two.
But
to
that's
say.
just my opinion.
Sounds like you need all the help you can
I
get
do.
for what they've done to you.
I do
Meet
incredibly
me
enjoy
outside,
Skyrim though,
behind the
but
saloon.
I like Fallout better. So Sunny Smiles is basically our tutorial.
Woo! Gonna go use that varmint rifle.
It's honestly better than the pistol that I have right now. which is kind of sad. But Evan walks really slow.
Now, see the
Yep.
sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them.
So yeah, this game introduced...
Look down the
Fallout
fence.
3 didn't have the
Try
aim down
crouching while
sights.
staying still. It'll help your aim.
This game has it now, and it makes it that much better.
Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon
It
you
is
need
nice.
to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles.
Because it's just
Tell you
easier to
what,
aim.
I gotta go chase the
Yeah.
geckos away from our water supply anyway.
Fallout 3
Some
had it
critters are
basically where
attracted to
your
it.
aim would just
Want me to
zoom
come
in,
along?
and not like...
Actually aim down sights.
Yeah.
Follow me.
I regret
It's
doing
just
this
down to the
tutorial. I
southeast
could have just
shortwave.
talked about this, but whatever. You go follow Sunny Smiles and Cheyenne the dog, and then you gotta go clear out the fire gecko from the water wells. Excuse me.
A riveting journey.
Yeah, I'm wearing the casual wear because I'd rather wear the casual wear than the vault jumpsuit.
I'd agree. It's classy.
I usually just once I get to a certain point in the game, I find the item of clothing that I think fits the character that I like, and I just leave it on and repair it just as needed, unless I get a better looking set of armor
Oh.
or power armor.
That's always good too.
Well, it's always the neutral power armor, not faction power armor.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's obnoxious. That's one thing that I don't about that I
Hear
marginally
that up
don't
on the
like
rig
about this
behind me
game.
We got some geckos to clear
Faction items like
Bunch
that,
of
or
little
Is faction clothing you think?
Seems like
If you've been
more
say
gecko
for
bites
work
than anything
example
else.
working with the
Let's
Brotherhood of
see if we can get a
Steel,
little
I'm just
closer.
doing all this awesome
Move
shit for
quiet.
them,
We can get the jump on them.
completely
More likely to get
fixing
vital that way.
all of their problems. You'd think they'd be able to notice if you walked in. You think you'd be able to notice you.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, I've also heard the explanation that if you're coming off
You're on.
this doesn't really work for the Brotherhood, but if you're working for the NCR and they see just some guy in Brotherhood armor or Raider armor or something like that, just come barreling down through nowhere, they're gonna start shooting without being oh, is that our guy? Which makes sense to me, but
It
I'd
does.
still- I think if you just walked right up and they didn't got in, you're in their base, you think, oh, that's the guy that's been helping us the whole time. Maybe we shouldn't shoot him, but that's why I just generally wear neutral armor.
It's logical.
The Pip-Boy. The Pip-Boy is easy to navigate. You know where everything is once you get it down.
See?
It's labeled nicely
Getting
too.
hang of it.
Yeah, it's just
There's 2 more
data,
wells that still need clearing.
items,
If you want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps.
Oh,
to
That's
wow.
the other thing.
I don't know, but I know where everything
Shouldn't take
is.
more than a couple
Yeah.
minutes.
You generally
especially the
don't
two of us.
use the
Come
leftmost
with me.
button unless you're gonna heal limbs and stuff.
Or just peruse your stats.
I
I rarely do that.
yeah. Unless it's oh, you need level so and so for this dialogue option or for this action.
You gotta
Like,
see
oh, I
how
wonder what
close
I'm
you
at.
are.
So, yeah, or if I can just go buy find a magazine or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, what the mention of magazines? There's magazines and books. Magazines give you a temporary boost, and books give you a permanent boost. I believe I have that right.
Yeah. Yes, you do.
Books are a lot rarer than magazines. Just getting to find some gecko. Oh, maybe I can save her, but I'm pretty sure she's supposed to die. This is VATS. I don't... We used this yet? Yeah, we have.
Yeah, you have,
yeah.
but you didn't quite explain it. I mean, we could.
VATS, you hit V, and it goes until it stops the... quote-unquote stops the game, and you can choose targets that you want to shoot, and the different body parts, and you have AP points, which are action points, and that's the amount that you can use to shoot and or reload. You get more as you level up.
There's
And
not a day passes by I don't tell people
Take a
about
look
the
at
company
Cheyenne's
themselves.
eyeballs over there.
Some people, the work just isn't good enough for them. Then this happens.
I don't.
It's a part of
That's
life out
part
here.
of Bethesda
Best
game.
to
Is this
accept it.
weird ass
What you
glitches.
do
It's
with
just
your
never
problems.
happened for me. And
Staying out here with me.
before I
Here's my
started
end of the
recording, I
deal.
think I had
One
30
more thing
some
I wanted to show
hours.
Thought I might
I've
teach you about
never
living up
seen
to
that
living
happen.
and making
Yeah, neither have
useful
I,
things for
and
yourself.
I've never seen it
Interested?
in either of the console versions.
All right then. We'll need a couple ingredients
pretty
to get
buggy.
started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower.
I'm not gonna pay attention to the standard root of the
I know I've seen
Brock
flowers
flowers.
growing
I'm
up the
staring at
graveyard,
fucking
and I
Cheyenne's
seem to remember
eyeballs,
there
just
being xander root over by the
vertical
firehouse.
outside of her
Time
head.
goes on back to me, and we get cooking.
I was so confused.
It's like one of those fish that, you know, lay on their side that have both the eyes of one side of their body. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, it's enough of staring at Cheyenne's broken ass face.
You might want to get that checked out, Sonny.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your dog isn't supposed to have floating eyeballs. Stats, data, and items. Data, yes, your maps, your quests, miscellaneous items,
And your sweet ass radio stations.
your radio. Data is whatever. But
I just wanted to point out, I also really, really loved the heads-up display that you have, like, in-game like this. It's so, like, it's just simple, small, and it's not in the fucking way, like, at all. Some games throw so much, they try to throw so much shit on screen, and this is just wonderfully laid out.
I guess we can talk about it. Top of the bottom left is your HP, which we all know is health. Bottom of that is your compass. The little arrows tell you the direction of your objective, and enemies and NPCs.
As well as your own little waypoints if you set them.
Yeah, and those, I think we'll put them out whenever that comes up.
Yeah. Oh, I'd also just like to quickly point, that tiny arrow that you see there, that's like a location, and the arrow's hollowed out when you're near a location you haven't discovered yet.
Yes.
Always helpful.
It is. And you're like, oh, wandering, I can just go there if I'm not, like, on an urgent mission. Bottom right, on the top is your AP, which is the VATS points. And on top of that, when you kill stuff, the XP bar shows up. Below that, on the bottom left, below the AP points, is your condition for your gun. The varmint rifle we have right now is fairly low condition, but it'll last us a while. Those two notches in it is I think the breaking point for like high condition, and the right of that is ammo. I just like the song, but we'll go on.
Oh, I was about to say, in case people are blind, the big ass XP pops up anytime you kill something.
Yeah, I pointed that out.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was spacing out.
So you can't hack right now because we don't have a high enough like science skill, and you can't hack because you don't have can't lockpick because we don't have a high enough lockpick skill.
But we will.
Well, we will, because I usually pour things into science and lockpicking because that's how you get all the good shit.
Exactly.
Lockpicking is probably the best skill to have.
Fucking breaking into people's houses and safes. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
And the fact that you can get, like, there's level, like, 100 safes, which are damn near hard, like,
Those are hard.
Quite hard to do. They're not all that fun, so you need, like, a shitload of bobby pins.
You can force locks in this game, right?
You can, but it's usually quite a
terrible
gamble.
idea. I don't think I've ever done it. Like, ever.
I've done it sometimes, but I'm like, or like if it's like, oh, you have 100% of like forcing this lock, and then they always hit Q and do it. But usually, I prefer just to pick it myself.
I'm always worried that I'm just gonna break the damn lock. And I know there's a perk. I know there's a perk that lets you like go back and do it, but who wants to waste a perk just to do that?
I know that's why I just generally pick it myself.
Yeah.
There's the fucking scorpion. Can't touch me if I'm jumping. These are just regular, quote-unquote, regular scorpions. Like the giant red scorpions come, I don't know when they come, but they come.
Eventually. We haven't seen the last of those.
No. Oh, these are bloat flies, like probably one of the most obnoxious enemies in the game.
They're so weak and they don't do that much damage either. They're just
No, they're just obnoxious. They shoot shit at you. They're kind of like the mantises, where they don't do all that much damage, but they just kind of like, god damn it.
It's not as bad as those what are those other ones? The other insects, the flying ones.
Cazadors
Cazadors.
will wreck your shit.
Yeah.
Cazadors are awful, even for like high level players. They will murder you to no end. So you either need to make sure you have like Boone, who can just snipe from far away, or that you have really powerful weapons. And here is the end of this recording, because it just started doing this.
Oh lordy.